What is up, and welcome back, Wargamers. It's Battleshock Wargaming Studios. We're getting ready to play another exciting game of Warhammer Age of Sigmar. Lance, tell us what we're doing today.
We have a very fun destruction matchup today. We have poop orcs versus mushroom goblins.
It's kind of basic. That's a very good analogy of what they are. We have the Kruleboyz are on the table for the first time since the new book. I was a little bit down on them, but I did some thinking and tried to think of something away that I think they might work.
It's a good game of new stuff because we got not only have the Kruleboyz in for 4th, we also have some new Gitmob in, freshly painted.
Freshly painted. Thank you, Warpfire Minis, for getting that order in for us.
We're waiting for Michael to get these guys done so we can actually have some wolves on the table for a change. So very eager, very excited.
There's some cool stuff that the Gitmob can do.
Yeah.
If you guys have never heard of Warpfire Minis, there'll be a link down below. They are my personal favorite local gaming store, even though they're in Florida, which is not very local.
Local for United States.
Local to the States. Really, really wonderful store. Check out that link down below. You just ordered from them.
I actually just ordered my own copy of the Battle Tome for Gloomspite Gitz because I've been stubborn and waiting for the... I like the cover of the one coming out better than this cover. So I was like, I was being patient. I was waiting. I was just stealing your book.
Yeah.
And I finally, as of today, I was like, I can finally order my own. And I went straight to Warpfire because I've reliably been able to get good business out of them.
Yeah, they're very, very good.
Yes.
Big shout out to all of the channel members. Thank you so much for your support. If you're interested in becoming a member today, hit that join button down below. See everything that our membership service has to offer, including 4 extra battle reports exclusive to members every single month, tactics talks, behind the scenes videos, all of that really, really cool stuff. And if you are a Lord or a Commander, you'll get access to our Champion program where you get to select one of our models to be your champion and represent you on the Mortal Realms.
Yep, we have one right down here with Scragrot.
Yep, Sean McKenna is back on the table because Scragrot's kind of...
he's kind of mandatory.
Kind of mandatory for Gitz.
So you chose well.
Yeah, you did. So with all that being said, let's take a look at the lists we're playing today. The Kruleboyz make their triumphant return onto the tabletop today. We're taking the battle formation middle finger. This is going to give plus 3 inches to my range for my bow units. Leading my general's regiment, we have Gobsprakk, the Mouth of Mork. He's a level 2 wizard, and he has a really cool War Scroll spell that's really good at zapping mortal wounds at like monsters and stuff. Hanging out in his regiment, we have a Breaker Boss, Unmired Brute Droggz. This guy's kind of a beat stick. He has the Mork's Eye Pebble for a once per battle 5-up ward and a 12-inch bubble. And he's a slippery scumbag so that maybe he can get out of combat. We have 2 reinforced units of Man-Skewer Bolt Boys. These guys are pretty much what they've always been. Really good range unit, and they're going to be hopefully the main damage dealers of the army. Next up we have a Swamp Calla Shaman with a Pop Grot. This guy is a very good little wizard, and then he's going to be hanging out with 2 units of 10 Gut Rippas. These guys can give -1 to hit against enemy infantry units. They're a fair amount of wounds, and they're relatively cheap, and mostly going to be screening out for those Bolt Boys. We're taking a Regiment of Renown today, the Hurtin' Hogs. The Hurtin' Hogs comes with a Tusk Boss on Ma Grunta and a Ma Grunta Gouja unit. These units are going to be really hard hitting, relatively fast, and I think they're going to be really good at taking the flanks and taking objectives and things like that, which is something that the Kruleboyz are going to kind of struggle with. That's it for the Kruleboyz. Let's see what Lance brought today.
Today I brought out my Gloomspite Gitz. We are playing as a Trogg herd today because of all the Troggus I brought. It just made the most sense, but we also have some Gitmob with us to try out for the channel. My general today is Scragrot the Looting King. He's a 2-cast wizard here to provide some wound control and splash some mortal wounds around to anything that gets too close. With him is a reinforced unit of Rockgut Troggus. These beefy boys are here to throw rocks, smash with rocks, and just be a nuisance to try and deal with. Along with the Rockguts, we also have a Skitterstrand Arachnarok Spider. This is a deep striking spider with crits on 5s if I get the right moon buff off, but it's mostly here for tactics and just to be a menace if it can. We also have Droggz da Sunchompa. Our Gitmob leader is here to provide some nice debuffing with a -1 to hit at all times and turning off all attack if you are within 6 inches of him. He's reliably fast, can hit decently hard for Gitmob, and he'll be here to support the Rockgut Troggus. With him, we also have a pair of Sunsteel Wheelas. These are fast, and they are just there to run up, pin something, probably die, but it's okay. We don't really care that much. Alongside the Sunchompa, we also have 2 units of Snarl Pack Cavalry. These are fairly fast, and they are to get me objectives as well as to possibly pick off anything weak that they can get their little grubby mitts on. In my 3rd regiment, we have the dang cold Droggz. He has both the Clammy Hand enhancement for extra 3 dice when he uses a rally or anything nearby uses a rally. And he has the Clammy Cowl to be -1 to hit at all times. Alright, let's take a look at the battle plan.
Our mission today is Battle for the Pass. This is a 4-objective mission. We're going to be in opposite sides of the table from each other. The twist for today is that victory points scored by each player from controlling objectives are capped at a maximum of 6 per turn. The underdog can add 2 to the control scores of friendly non-hero units. Each players are going to score victory points at the end of their turns as follows. 1 victory point if you control an objective wholly within friendly territory. 2 victory points for each objective on the border of friendly territory you control. 5 victory points if you control the objective wholly within enemy territory. And 4 victory points if you completed the battle tactic that you chose to attempt this turn. For Honor Guard's ability, I'm going to do Prize Beastie on my Breaker Boss. And what about you? What are you going to do?
I'm going to have Bodyguard on one of my units of Rocket Trolls.
Bodyguard is still pretty good. All right, let's see who has initiative. We are about to get into it, but before we do, make sure you comment down below. Who are you rooting for today? Is it the Gitmob? Or is it the Kruleboyz with some Iron Jaws allies? Looking forward to them today. We were both 3 drops. I won the roll-off, so I'm going to be handing the turn off to you. What is your battle tactic?
So my tactic today will be seize the center. It seems like a pretty safe one. You're all the way back there, and I'm also not afraid of you in melee. I'm not afraid of that much in melee.
You shouldn't be.
No, it's going to be fine. It'll be fine. Our moon is going to be cackling to start with.
Perfect.
This is going to give buffs for the Gitmob and for non-squig moon clan / spiders.
Okay, very good.
So that sneaky spider is going to have some fun when he comes in, if he gets into combat. If he gets into combat. We're going to start a little bit of spell casting from Scragrot. Our first spell is we're going to try to summon the Arachna Cauldron. Perfect. To give himself an extra wizard level. This will go off on a 6, which we got on 11.
Oh, good.
Cool. We're going to pop our little cauldron right down here. The cauldron's going to target Scragrot to give him +1 to his power level, so he's now a wizard 3. And with his second spell, he's going to summon the Malevolent Moon on a 7. We do not get the moon. I was really wanting the moon. I'm a little sad about that, but it's okay. We're moving forward. And for my third spell, he's going to target the Rocket Droggz with the Hand of Gork to try and teleport. This will go off on a 7, which we barely got. Otherwise, I don't believe I have anything else I can issue out in the hero phase. No other buffs, anything like that. Is there any responses you would have?
We're going to attempt to cast.
Just so you know.
We're going to attempt to cast.
Attempt to cast.
Choking Mist. Cast value 7. I have a +1 cast, so we need a 7 on dice.
All right, let's see it.
Oh. Choking Mist is very good against Rock Guts because it makes them -1 attack, which is, just a 50% reduction in
yeah, it completely halved their combat power. So that's I'm not too thrilled about that one.
That's it for me. Ready to move?
It's ready to move. Movement phase is complete. We got everything shuffled forward. I had a really lame run with those rock guts over there, so they didn't get onto the point, but that's okay. I was able to teleport into this one. We brought our spider in back here to prevent some of his cheeky teleporting shenanigans, and I was going to try and put him over there, but I saw that big kill bow, and that made me kind of sweat a little bit. Couldn't find a way to avoid it. So he had no responses, so we're going to go ahead and start the shooting phase now. I have a couple of rocks I want to throw at him.
Yep. We
have 2 rocks that are going to throw at these gut rippers right here, and 1 rock that's going to throw at the Breaker Boss back here. Let's see if we even hit them. First, the Breaker Boss on a 5. Nope. Okay. And 2 into the gut rippers on 5s. 1 rock hits the gut rippers, wounds on a 2, It wounds Ren 2.
Goes right through.
Damage D3 for 1 damage. They are determined.
We're going to covering fire with this unit of bolt boys. We got to use our long distance shots, so we're shooting. We have 7 shots. These are going to hit on 4s. And the Ren 2 damage 2. You want all out defense right
I
now?
will all defense here because that's a little scary, and I don't want to lose rockets right now.
So hitting on 4s, crit auto wins.
Only a measly 4 6s.
So 4 at Ren 2.
All right, these will be with the all defense. These will be 5s. I pass 1.
2 damage each.
All right, so 6 5-up wards. I ward 2 of them. You almost get a rocket.
You want to attempt 8 charges?
No, I'm okay. Feeling pretty confident where I'm standing right now. That is the end of my turn. I scored a nice 7 points for holding the flank here, hold my home, and securing my tactic of seize the center. We'll go ahead and start your turn then.
So for my turn, we're going to fight 2 and don't die, because my pigs are already going to want to go in anyways, and we want to do it while he doesn't have his buffs up. We might be able to punish him for getting a little bit too close to me.
So I hate seize the center.
Yeah, it's
the only option I had, but
yeah,
this is like the risk for it.
This is the risk. So that's going to be our tactic. Mm-hmm. There are some other interesting things that I'm eyeing a Scragrot over there that...
Yeah, he pointed this out to me where I just left him a little too exposed.
He's a little too exposed.
You should see my face just like, oh no, oh God.
So I'm kind of torn between this, like, do I just really punish this, or do I try and be sneaky and get in the backfield there? We're going to start with our...
Actually, before you start anything, I get to heal D3 because
you do that for sure.
Because it's the start of the hero phase. I'll heal back to only 1 damage taken. Now you get to do stuff.
Oh, lame. My shaman is going to go into the totem. So for the sinister stare, we get to pick a unit that is now within 18, and it gets +1 to its dirty trick rolls.
Yes.
And I'm going to use my breaker boss.
Oh, okay.
Because he's going in anyways.
Oh gosh.
So my thought process here is that I can give him +1, so that when he goes in, he can try and do a strike last on a 2-up.
Yes. Which would be pretty devastating if you really get everything in like that.
Yes, that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping to just dogpile. Let's go with Gobsprakk. Gobby Bobabi. He's going to summon Goroka. Goroka. Does not go off.
He's going to try to summon Goroka.
Yeah, he needed a modest 5.
Oh, we get a modest 5. That's silly me.
So the shaman's going to attempt Choky Mist. And that goes off an 8.
That one I will try to stop because Scragrot should be in range of that.
Yeah.
So Scragrot, try and unbind.
I got it.
I just match it.
Okay. So Choky Mist right there.
Last 1 attacks, nasty business.
We're going to use our elixirs. This is a +1 to save. And we're going to throw it on this unit of Gut Rippos over here.
Makes sense.
They get +1 to their save.
Very good.
So let's go ahead and summon the feet.
The feet.
Terrible casting from...
Defeated.
Nice.
I'm going to do a magical intervention. And Scragrot's going to try to summon the Malevolent Moon.
Ah, yeah. Get that buff out.
Get that buff out. Come on, Scragrot. We need an 8.
No.
Again with the 4.
Bad casting this turn.
He's half-assing it.
Yeah. Let's get into movement.
All right.
Movement phase is complete. We just have our Gut Rippers in the center going snagging a point. We have our Breaker Boss and our pigs snagging the second point.
Very scared of this right here.
It's a whole lot.
A lot to deal with.
This all ran. We're just trying to keep our screens in front of our wizards. I wasn't sure what to do with Gobsprakk. I was kind of considering throwing him sideways to stop you from like doing a take the flanks or something like that.
He's scared of the puppies.
it's not so much scared of the puppies as in like
Their-
I would
their
prefer
potential.
Gobsprakk's abilities to be central so that I can deal with these rock guts.
It's okay. We all know.
And then I was very tempted to go for Scragrot, but I decided to do as much damage into the rock guts now when they don't have debuff. We're going to start with our shooting. We're going to start with the Kruleboyz. Everything's firing into that unit of rock guts.
We're just gonna let it happen.
Yep. We're doing our aimed shots. So we have less shots, but they're hitting better. So we got 2s, 3s. So 3, run 2.
3 6-up saves. Pass 1.
It's 2 damage each.
And I take 1 damage.
Our next unit of Kruleboyz are going to fire into the one that's very central. Aim shots again. 5 at run 2.
All right, 5 6-ups. Pass 1.
It's 2 damage each, so take a
8.
mighty 8 damage.
A mighty 8 damage. 5 up wards. Exactly lose 1 rock gut.
Our Beast Skewer Killbow is going to fire into your Trogg boss.
Okay, you are -1 to hit because I'm clanny.
+1 hit because I didn't move, so I guess we'll all attack.
My goodness.
So we are 3s.
What's the run on this?
It's Ren 2.
Okay, I'll keep going.
So 2, Ren 2.
Okay, so on 6s. What's damage on this?
Damage 6. Did you want all out defense now that you know it? I should have told you that beforehand.
Yeah, I will all defense.
I was like, we skipped over the most important part, that it's flat 6 damage against monsters.
Yeah, that's a problem. I want him to kind of survive, so 5s. Okay.
Oh.
No damage.
Okay, cool.
All right. You scared the bejeebus out of me.
What's the Ren? That's only 2, but it's 60.
God.
Skip that part.
I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah, sorry.
Jeez.
Let's charge. Let's go with the Tusk boss. Gets in with 6.
Yep.
And then Breaker boss. 4. That's not going to be enough.
Nope, that's not enough at all.
Let's go. I'll reroll.
Oh.
7 should do. Right to there. And then the Gouger.
8 will do it.
8 will do it on the Gouger. The Tusk boss gives +1 momentum to himself and to another unit of that's wholly within 12.
So they'll be both momentum 2.
So they'll both be momentum 2.
Very scary damage for tusks.
So the Mob Grunter Gouger does have a rampage that hands out strike last, but I'm going to be using my dirty trick to do that first. So let's see if the dirty trick goes off for Noisy Racket.
Noisy Racket.
So strike lasted.
Okay.
Oh, because of this regiment, I get to do some mortal wound on. I get impact hits.
Oh, gross.
You can use this ability if the regiment around Tuskbach Mob Grunter is on the battlefield. He is. For the rest of the phase, each time a friendly unit in this regiment finishes a charge move, roll a d3 for each enemy unit within an inch. On a 2-up, inflict mortal wounds.
Okay, so pretty standard charge.
+1 damage, if any, if it's infantry.
Okay, so
let's do mortal wounds with this guy right here.
Yep, let's see it. So that's 3 mortal wounds.
3 mortals.
Okay, I'll set those aside.
And then from the boss himself, 4 mortals.
Good lord. 7 impact mortal wounds, 5 up wards. We ward away. You kill another rocket.
Nice. I have one more rampage to do. That's going to be from the regiment. It's going to be called Pullin' Ahead. And I get this Gouger. Gets to move d6 inches. Has to end in combat, and then gets +1 momentum.
Nice. Okay. 5 inches?
So it can move 5 inches, which is wild because I could just go tag a bunch of stuff.
Cool.
The problem with that is he'll die.
Come on in.
I absolutely know how fragile they are.
Tag my spider.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to move like that.
Okay, yeah, that's smart. Get away from Droggz.
Get away from Droggz, and I'll go +1 momentum.
Okay. I have 1 rampage with the Dank boss.
Yes.
On a 4-up, he'll give +1 attacks to all my rock guts. Ta-da! No.
I forgot about...
hitting your head.
Yeah, I have to pull the Breakahonners on the Breaker boss and inflict d3 mortal wounds for 2. And then
4 extra attacks, I think.
Yes.
All right.
Let's go with this Gouger. We have 5 attacks.
No surprise, I'm going to all defense with my rock guts here.
Yep. We're going to go right with those tusks, so hitting on 4s.
Not bad, pretty good.
And then we got, come on, 2s.
Ha ha
Don't laugh at my pain.
ha.
Choppas. 1 at Ren 1.
All right, so this will be on a 4-up save with all defense. We're good.
And then our Trottas. 3. Ren none.
All right, on 3s. We fail one.
D3 damage.
D3 damage. Oh, let's see it.
3.
Oh, nasty business. 5 award. I take all 3.
Our Tusk boss will activate. We have 7 attacks with our Pig Haka. And then we have 4 attacks with our Choppas. 1, Ren 1.
All right, 4. We're good.
And then we have some Trotters. 1, no Rend.
On 3s. We're good.
And then we have our Tusks.
4 weapons, my goodness.
1,
Ren
Ren 2.
All right, these will be on 5s. We're good.
All right, the Breaker boss will have to go, and he's kind of like going to have to do everything for us. We have 5 attacks with the Goad. 1, Red 1.
All right, on 4s. Fail it.
2 damage.
All right, so I'll set those aside.
And then we have our clubs. +1 because of Prize Beast.
Yes.
3 at Ren 2.
These will be 5s. Pass 1.
3 damage each.
Oof. On 5s. I pass. You kill another rocket.
Please feel free to hit me back with your 3 attacks.
I will. They're all going to go into your Breaker boss.
Yeah.
4s to hit. To wound. I wound you twice. Ren 2. 6 damage.
I take 6 damage. Once per turn, end of any turn, we get to roll a dice. If it exceeds the health characteristic, we slain one model.
On a 6, you get
on a
one.
6, I kill a Rucka.
It's worth it. Let's see it. Oh.
That's it for my turn. I scored 9 points
Pretty good.
because I completed my tactic and
So
I
both the sides.
hold the sides and I hold the home. This was wholeheartedly depressing of getting all of those momentum points and then not being able to do anything with them. So that was kind of rough. But we didn't fail our battle tactic, luckily.
Yes, because of the choking mist reducing my swings, and so I couldn't punish your Breaker boss there.
Very lucky. He's going to die.
Probably, but he didn't cost you points to do so.
Yeah.
Which is important.
So we're going to get into the roll-off for Battle Round 2.
Let's do it. Do you want to take it?
I'm going to take it.
Oh, we're going to see it.
I'm going to take it because I think I can lift Rock Guts. I think I can lift... I think I can do a lot of stuff. Yep, so I'm going to take it.
All right, we'll get into Kruleboyz turn 2.
So we're going to take the turn. The reason I am taking the double, I do think I can do enough damage, and I do have a relatively reliable way to go get his home point. Because that faction train is so close, I should be able to slingshot charge around it.
Yeah, I'm not thrilled about that prospect.
No. So I don't have to do a battle tactic.
Nope.
I do have healing to do with my Breaker boss.
Maybe.
He heals 1.
Cool. I have 2 healings because he'll just heal the full and he'll just heal the full. And the moon is now grinning, which means that it'll be buffing all the Troggz with the -1 rend in melee,
Okay.
and the spider retains the crit 5s.
Okay. We're going to point at our Breaker boss. Give him +1 to his dirty tricks again. We're going to try and do that same strike last tricksiness that we did last time. And then we're going to go for our elixirs. And we're going to pour our elixirs over this front unit right here. They get +1 to their save.
Very
and
nice.
I think they still have that token. And then we're going to bring out Goroka.
Maroka.
Yes, comes off on an 11.
Oh, you have 4 spells total? 3 spells total?
I have 2 more after this.
I'll let you have it.
Okay.
You can have your Maroka.
So Goroka comes out, and this is a pretty cool manifestation because I'm going to pick Pick either 1 or 2 to add to the casting or chanting rolls for the target until my next turn. So I'm going to pick 2 and give Gobby +2 to cast. But I have to roll dice. And on a 1 and a 2, I allocate damage points. On a 5, everything within 12 inches gets +1 to charge.
Whoa.
Hey! So we get +2 to charge. Or his casting. And then he's going to cast for Choking Mist.
Ah.
Of course. Excellent. And he takes a mortal. And he wards it.
All right. Well, that was it.
That was fun. We learned how Goroka worked, and then we did nothing.
Yep, that's very enlightening. We'll go ahead to the movement phase.
Let's do it.
Who's the guy who has the Scrag Rod again?
Who's the guy who has Scrag Rod?
Name on
Sean
that.
McKenna.
Oh, Sean's gonna be so upset with you.
Sean, I need your powers now.
Sean!
Help me, Sean.
Sean, make him miss his dice again.
Movement phase is complete. We moved our Gut Rippas up onto that point to face off against his Rock Guts. I don't think I'm going to charge. I'm going to say if you want it, you have to come get it.
Mm-hmm. Which is very tempting. I might.
He might, and hopefully then I'm making him spend CP, and I'm going to try and debuff him with a -1 to hit.
Yeah.
But if I just go into him, he gets to do that anyway. So
Yeah.
at least this way I'm trying to make him spend points. And I have my screen in the center. I decided I was really looking for an interesting thing to use Gobsprakk for, and then I decided to just get him away from the big unit of Rock Guts.
I think you made the right call with that. He's not at your hammer.
Yeah.
He's not gonna smash Rock Guts. It's better to keep him safe as much as possible.
And so far he has been woefully inadequate about doing anything. He hasn't gotten the cast off yet.
Oh, it's true.
And then we did a teleport.
I'm very nervous about
with
this.
the Bullboys.
Yeah, that's my good graces with Scrag Rod might be over to an end.
Yeah, I was trying to do damage to the Rock Guts when they didn't have their buff up, but now their buff is up, so they're a terrible target. But this maybe will get me a Scrag Rod and the home point. So,
Sean, if you're watching this, I'm sorry.
Bullboys are going to fire. We're doing our hasty shots. So these are 2-shot speeds. We hit on 3s.
Right.
Only 5 at Ren 1.
What's damage in this? 2 or 1?
2 apiece.
Okay, so we have 10 ward saves to make. He lives. He's taking 4.
The kill bow is going to go after your big boss again.
See, this is where I'm going to all out defense.
Okay.
Because I'm scared of that damage 6.
Damage 6 is scary.
Yes, it is. You're -1 to hit.
Yep, they both missed.
I was worth my CP.
We're going to do our Bolt Boys hasty shots into the 3-man Rock Guts. So it's 6 at -1.
All right, these will be on 5s. We passed 5 of them.
Okay. I'm going to take 2 damage.
If you insist, I'll take 1 damage.
That's it for shooting.
All right, no counter shooting for me.
We're going to attempt to charge with the Bolt Boys.
All right. An 8.
An 8 is great. Gut Rip is in the center are going to attempt to charge.
I think you mean the center.
The center.
The center.
The center.
The gut ripper in the center with a 7.
They...
I'm gonna spend 2 CP.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna counter charge with Droggz da Sunchompa.
Okay.
We want the Wolf Lord to get into those pigs. A 6, probably not enough. Not enough. We tried.
We're going to use the Gut Ripper's ability for scare tactics onto your Rock Guts.
Okay.
On 3 up, you're -1 to hit.
Nasty.
And then we're going to do a Noisy Racket so that you strike last on the Gut Rippers. Nope, they're not strike last.
Okay, good.
And then I'm going to do my Pulling Ahead Rampage, and it's going to go on the Gouger. He'll move d6 inches for 3 inches, and he can move rawr, and then he gets +1 momentum point.
Cool. Well, I have Rampage as well. If you're
Go for it.
Yep. On a 4 up, let's see if we give extra attacks to my Rock Guts. We did this time.
Nice.
So they're +1 attacks.
And I definitely forgot about the chain. I got to yank the chain.
Yank the chain.
3 mortal wounds. We're up to 10 damage suffered.
You got what, 2 left?
He literally has 2 left. So we're going with the breaker boss. 10 attacks.
Right. Oh, it defends on my rock guts.
Cool. We hit on 3s because of prize beast.
Yes.
3. Run 2.
All right. With the moon and with all defense, this will be a 4-up save. We fail all of them.
9 damage.
Ah!
And then we have the guy on top. 2. 3-up saves.
All right. 3s. Fail 1.
2 damage.
All right. 1 more rock gut and 2 damage in the pile. We'll go ahead and activate the rock guts next. We're just going to try and finish off your breaker boss on 4s. That is 3 at range 2.
He's dead.
Yay!
Our gut rip is going to activate. Everything's going into your
the chariots. Oh, I got to look those up. You have 4-up saves. Go ahead and roll.
6 mortal wounds off the top.
That just kills 1 outright.
And then 3 at no rend.
Okay, so that'd be 3 4-up saves. I failed 2. 1 damage each. Or
Yep.
2. Okay. So I lose a chariot. All right. Oh, speaking of that chariot, let's go ahead and swing with it.
Go for it.
Yep. So we have I'll pull this up here. We have 4 attacks with our wheeler slices and stabbing stickers. My goodness. 4s and 4s, no rend, 1 damage. 2 wounds, no rend, 1 damage.
Fail both.
And then 6 attacks with the Snarl Fang's frothing jaws. I like they are frothing. My goodness. 4s to hit. 2 at no rend.
Fail them both.
All right, 2 damage each.
Let's all on attack here.
Oh
Going
boy.
down to 3. Pig hackas. Okay. So take 5 3-up saves.
All right. I fail 2 of them.
2 damage each.
All right, so 4 damage in the pile.
Our choppas. 1 rend 1.
All right, on a 4-up save. Actually, this is still 3-up because of the moon. We're good.
And then our trottas.
They all attacked. Should all hit, right?
No, they hit on 5s.
Oh.
For the trottas. So 1.
We fail it.
That's D3 on the trottas for 3.
Okay.
And then the tusks. This is what we need.
This is the scary one.
These are not as scary. We're only damaged 3 tusks right now. We wounded twice. Rend 2.
All right, these will be on 4s. I fail 1.
3 damage.
All right, so that's a total of 10 damage altogether, which is, I mean, 5 upwards.
We're trying.
Yeah, that's us both of them.
We did it.
You got them.
We finally did it.
You to a wound, you got them.
That's it for the Kruleboyz. We did just barely pick up the rock guts.
Yep.
Got him to the wound. That was really helpful. Really hard unit to take out, man. Just so hard to deal with. And we score 6 points because we hold his, and we hold all.
You hold all of them, yeah.
But it caps at 6. So we got 6 points.
Yep.
And we're getting into your turn.
Definitely an uphill battle for me to try and take back the board here. Losing those rock guts is rough, but we think we can still make it through. My tactic is going to be attack on 2 fronts. We're going to take some objectives back. Okay. Starting off with some hero phase shenanigans. We're going to start with the cauldron touching Scragrot's to give me extra spellcast.
Okay.
And Scragrot's going to cast Fangs of the Moon, targeting those bolt boys back there. And to punish his aggression. On a 7. We got it on a 7.
We'll try to unbind. We'll do our once per battle screaming mandrakes and unbind on 3d6.
Oh god, okay. It's unbound.
It's unbound, and then your head's gonna blow up.
Oh no.
Okay, if it's a 10 plus, then it's d6 mortal damage, so you take 4 more.
Ah! Okay, I need 3 4-up wards to live. Come on. He dies.
He dies.
To the wound. That's upsetting.
Scragrot's head just...
Sean!
Sean!
Sean! I'm sorry! I just see myself sitting on a cliffside in the rain, just yelling to the heavens, Sean! Well, darn!
Well, and I know he's at home watching, just being like, nah!
I'm sorry!
It's...
I don't know how to use Scragrot. Okay, well, there goes all my magic. So, See, nothing to regenerate. And, I guess that's it for my hero phase.
We're gonna use Goroka.
Garoka!
And we're gonna try and give myself +2 to cast. And I'm also +2 to charges, which I don't need. So he's +3 to cast, and he's gonna attempt. We're gonna try and bring out the feet.
The feet!
Nope. What we need is great feats of strength. Let's get into movement.
Let's get into movement. Movement phase is complete. We shuffled everything, kind of starting to surround this point here. We like this visual of having just all the mixed arms lining up against the pigs.
Yeah, it's really strange. We got like vultures and pigs and a spider and a troll and a dog.
This is what we say a monster mash.
This
It's
is
just all kinds of everything.
Yeah, and like it's very destruction. Nothing's painted like they're all different color combos.
It's all wild and crazy.
Yeah.
We had our chariot was able to use its Korean destruction to move over the gut rippers, but it didn't do any mortal wounds because, of course, I rolled a 2.
Mm-hmm.
And you had a pretty nice redeploy over here to move your bolt boys just to prevent any Loon Shrine shenanigans.
Correct, Mundo. I don't want the 3 rock guts who are coming back at the end of this turn to be able to snag that point.
Yeah, that was pretty smart of you to have the foresight for that, and I'm a little upset that he remembered. All right, with that, we'll go ahead and start our shooting phase.
Yes.
All my rock guts over here are going to throw rocks at those gut rippers in front to try and thin the herd a little bit. We have 6 rocks hitting on 5s. Winning on 2s. 3 at Ren 2.
Goes right through.
For 5 damage. I have no more shooting options.
I'm not going to covering fire. I'm going to hold on to my points.
All right, excellent.
I was definitely thinking about trying to shoot the doggo, but I don't think I have the output.
We gotta see what he can do first.
We also want to see what
we gotta showcase him. And speaking of that, we'll go and start the charge phase.
Yeah.
And we'll start with Droggz. Droggz da Sunchompa. Sunchompa. Let's see what he gets. He's showing off with a mighty 12. Following his charge, we have the Dankhold Trogboss with a mighty 10. He's just going to line up into the Gorger. Then the Skitter Strand, a mighty 7. Following up, we'll have our Snarl Pack. We're going to try to get them to charge in as well. An 8 will be enough. They're going for the hams.
It's such a weird conglomerate of models over there.
All right, we have our Rock Guts over here. They're going to attempt to charge.
Yep.
A nice 7. That'll get them in. Then the Snarl Pack over there are going to charge.
Mm-hmm.
With a 5, that's enough. Chariot. An 8. So combat phase rampage first is going to be the Dankhold Trogboss. See if he gives himself extra attack. He does. So he'll have 6 attacks.
The Tusk Boss is going to do the rampage pulling ahead. He gets to move d6 inches for 6. And then he gets +1 momentum point when he does that.
Very good.
Try for a Noisy Racket, which is going to be a strike last on the Rock Guts.
Okay.
3 does go off.
Okay, so that's also fight last.
Wait, 2. No, I need a 4 on that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's weird. I get a +1, so it's 2, 2, and then it jumps to 4. And then we have our minuses to hit. So we're going to try and hand a -2 hit onto the Rock Guts. No. And then the next unit is going to try to hit -1 hit to the Rock Guts. Yes.
Okay, so they're -1 hit. Droggz is going to put all his attacks into the Gorger.
Okay.
We have 5 attacks with the Metal Tooth, which I guess is his melee pick. Hitting on 3s with crit mortals. We got nice 4 mortal wounds.
Excellent.
1 hit, and then 4s to wound. So just the 4 mortal wounds from that. Jagged Snarl's Jaws. 4 attacks on 3s. All hits. 3s again. That is 2 at Ren 1.
Save 1, fail 1.
All right, 2 damage more.
Our Gouger is going to activate, and I think we're going to put everything into the dogs.
Not my puppies.
Yeah.
I'm going to 4-up try to stop that.
You're gonna try and run away.
Yes, on the 4-up, we're going to try to time to scamper. Time to scarper. I forgot the P. On a 4-up, the doggos can retreat. No. Okay, so they are the target of the Gorger.
So we have 5 attacks with the tusks. And 2 at Ren 2.
Oh, I saw the 6 wing get me.
10 damage.
Oh. They're dead. We're going to go ahead with the other Snarlpack Cavalry. We have 13 attacks with my pointy skewers, which is a fantastic name for a spear. 4s and 5s, no rend, but damage 2 because I charged. Nothing. Cool. Cool.
What do they wound on?
5s.
Oh.
And then 9 attacks with the wolf bites. I love these puppies. Aren't they great? On 4s. Oh, they had fight first because they charged. Oh well, whatever.
That would have been important here.
That would have been important there. 5 and no rend. I'm a fool. They could have done some chip damage.
2, 4, 5.
2
I saved 1.
So it kills 4 of them. That would have actually... Oh.
You're gonna still swing.
Are we still going to do swing?
Yeah, you were fight first.
Oh, yeah, okay. On 4s with the pointy skewers. 5s to wound. All right, 2 no red.
4s.
2 damage from that. 9 bites from the giant snarl fang jaws. On 4s, 3s. Just the 1, no red.
Say that.
Okay, cool. So it's just an extra 2 damage. And then they still would have died from the...
Yeah, now remove them.
Yep, so now they're dead. Yep. So let's go ahead and see my Skater Strand. The moon is in his favor, so he will have crit 5s with his monstrous spider fangs.
Okay, you only got to do 4 damage.
Boom!
Boom!
Venom got it. Love to see a spider do his job.
It is good. They don't get to enough.
I know. So like that makes me happy.
Gut rippers, and we're gonna stab into the chariot.
Oh no!
4 mortal wounds. I think it's dead.
It's dead.
Yay, chariot!
Yeah. Yay! Freshly painted bottle syndrome. We have 12 attacks. 5s and 2s. Well, if I roll like that.
Oh yeah.
God. Okay. Dice are just like, I'll show you.
Yeah, you don't trust us.
Yeah, well, you don't trust us. Well, here. There we go. So that's 15 damage.
Well, I'm gonna get a save. I'm +1 save.
Oh, you got +1 save? Okay, that's 5 at Ren 2.
Okay, so it's 9 damage.
9 damage. Still the 4-man dead, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I have to kill Droggz.
Yep.
And survive against
a Trog boss.
Let's all out attack and put everything
You cannot all attack.
You're right, I forgot.
Take that command point back.
I forgot. And I'm -1 to hit.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
I do like that. That's
yeah, those stack nicely. So let's pig hacka. 5s. Nothing.
Cool.
Let's just cut to the tusks. 1, and 2.
All right. I think I have 4-up saves, so it should be 6s.
4 damage.
Ah, he's alive he's got 3 wounds left.
Trottas, or let's go with the kill choppas.
Kill choppas.
1, we're in 1.
All right, on 5s. Damage.
Single damage.
Okay. He's got 2 left.
And then let's see if those trotters can smack. 2 hits.
Oh, that's it. He's alive.
1, no rent.
All right, on 4s. Okay.
1 damage.
He's alive with a wound. Yes.
And then pile in with the.
Yeah, because the Snarlpack, they already swung. So yeah, it'd be the Dank boss next. All right. He did get his rampage off, so we have 6 attacks.
Can I all out defense?
You can.
Okay, cool.
You can all attack.
All out defense.
All right. 6 attacks on 4s. That's about what I expect usually from him. And 2s. 1 or in 2.
Fill it.
D6 damage for 5.
And then end of turn, you want to bring back some rockets?
End of turn, I will spend 1 CP to bring back 3 rockets. I gotta be outside of 3 of you and wholly within 12 of the Loon Shrine. These Droggz come out of the trees, man. That is the end of the turn. We successfully did what we were trying to do, which is pretty good.
Yep.
We spent a CP at the end for a Loon Shrine to bring back 3 of my Rock Guts to threaten those shooty stinkers there. We hold both these sides here, completing our tactic and scoring a total of 8 points.
8 points is pretty good.
Yep, pretty good.
We're going to get in the roll-off for Battle Round 3.
Good luck.
So we maintain order.
All right, let's go into Kruleboyz, turn 3.
Kruleboyz are getting into it, and I didn't think of a battle tactic. Is it take their lands?
That'd be an easy one. Yeah, just take my Loon Shrine.
Yeah, we're just going to take their lands, and it's going to be the Loon Shrine. You don't have any Sup of Hero to do.
Nope.
So let's drop an elixir onto this unit of Gut Rippers. They are +1. It's a dice, not a D3, so they're +1 in their save.
Very nice.
And then we're going to make this unit of Bolt Boys +1 to their Dirty Tricks roll.
Very good.
Then we're going to try and Venom Encrusted on that unit of Bolt Boys so that they get unmodified.
So they're on 5s then, right?
Crit on 5s.
Yep.
Good.
So they
goes off.
Auto wound on 5s. Very nice.
And then Gobsprakk. Ooh, Goroka.
Goroka.
We're gonna do. We're gonna go for +2 to cast, and we get +1 to our charges, which we won't use. We take no damage, so we're a mighty +3 to cast right now.
Pretty freaking nice.
And we're gonna go for Choking Mist onto your Rock Guts.
All right. You got it that time. Yeah, I can't stop it.
-1 to attack is big.
It's very huge. Those Rock Guts are gonna feel very inept.
Gobsprakk. He's gonna do his War Scroll spell of Strangling. Strangle Hex goes off on 6. Goes off.
This is targeting Droggz.
This is targeting Droggz. What has he got? 7 wounds?
7 wounds. You just need 1 4-up to kill him. There you go. You got him.
Mighty 4 mortals.
Yeah.
The reason we went for him versus the spider is because we can actually kill him, and the spider we would have done like 5 or 6 damage.
Plus, getting rid of the debuff he was doing on the pig makes the pig way more reliable damage into anything else now.
Way more.
Because turning off all attack and then the -1 to hit is so devastating against certain armies. The
I
debuffs
think
are
he's
great.
pretty good.
The debuffs are great. You gotta be really careful about how he gets into combat.
Yes.
And I think I did okay with where he went. And this is just like, he did his thing. Help me kill a pig.
I think we're going to do Mork's Cunning on ourselves. This is +1 to save.
Ooh, okay.
Goes off.
Very nice.
Gobsprakk is very fragile.
Yes, he is, as he should be.
And even with a +1 save, he's still very fragile.
Puts him up to a 4-up save?
Yeah. Gets up to a mighty 4-up
A
save.
mighty 4-up.
That's it for my hero phase.
All right, I have nothing I would like to do.
Cool.
Let's get to movement.
Let's do it. Movement phase is complete. We're moving pretty heavy onto the Loon Shrine. We have 2 units of Bolt Boys to go try and clear out his backfield. We're going to try and hold up the big unit of Rock Guts with 1 unit of Gut Rippers, but we have abandoned them. Our wizard has retreated and said, "Go forth."
Classic Kruleboyz.
And then Gobsprakk is feeling lucky, so we're going to push him in and see if we can tangle with your Loon Boss. Not Loon Boss, your Trogg Boss.
Trogg Boss.
And then you didn't redeploy.
I did not. There's not really a point because they can't get away from that shooting.
Yep.
I want a chance to countercharge with maybe the spider if you don't get into him.
Yep.
So let's just see what happens.
So we're gonna activate our shooting from the first unit of Bolt Boys. They did move. We're doing our hasty shots.
Okay.
And these are the guys who are critting on
5s, right?
Yes.
Yes. So we will be all defending those Rock Guts over there, hoping for the best.
So only 3 at -1.
Okay, these be 4-up saves with all defense. We failed 2 of them.
2 damage each.
Right. So no more shooting, so I'll just do the 5 of wards. I ward 2 of them, so I take 2 damage.
And then we're going to do it again with the unit behind them. These guys will hit on 3s.
Is the hasty shot or aim shot?
Hasty.
Okay, good. Go ahead. That's a lot better. Oh, we love that. That's what we were missing. How many was that?
11.
11. 11 4-up saves. We take 10 damage. That was a save. 5 up wards. 3. We lose 2.
We are going to all out attack with the big bow.
Who's he going into?
He's going to go into the spider.
Oh gosh, a spooter.
Hits on 3s. 1 auto wound. So 1 at Ren 2
All right,
for 6 damage.
6 up save. He takes 6 damage.
And then we shall charge.
Charge.
Gabi.
Gobsprakk.
It's a 6.
Survey says you could. Yes, it is enough to get into the Droggz.
I'm going to charge with the Bolt Boys.
Oh, let's see where they go. With a 4.
They successfully made their charge onto the terrain feature.
Well then.
That was gamey, but I charged backwards away from the lone rock gut.
That was good because I was debating a counter charge just to get him in there.
But now you have a 9+.
I'm not gonna bother. We're gonna charge with my snowpack cavalry. Let's find out. They got a 9. Means they're fight first as well.
Let's do a bunch of rampages.
Oh goody goody.
Okay, we're gonna do our rampage here so we can get some movement. We move an inch and we get a momentum. Let's try and make them -1 to hit from the gut rippers.
Into the rock cuts?
Into the rock cuts. They're -1 to hit.
Okay.
And then Gobsprakk will try and hand out a strike glass onto the dank hold on a 4-up.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's fight last. Okay.
It's a lot of dirty tricks.
The dank hold on a 4-up is going to try to add +1 attacks. He does. Spider can't do his rampage because he didn't charge and you're not infantry.
Okay. So you have strikes first on your...
Yep, the Snarl will get fight first.
Cool.
Damage. And we got 3 and no Ren.
Take 2 damage.
All right, that's 2, yep. And then we have 9 bites with our puppies. All right, that's another 5 and no Ren. 2 damage each.
Lose 2 guys.
All right.
Gobsprakk is gonna activate. Let's go with our. We're putting everything into the spider.
Okay.
Let's go with that bog bark staff. So no wounds, just 1 crit mortal, D3 damage for 3 damage.
So it just takes 3.
Just takes 3.
Okay. Ow.
And then we have the stinger.
Stinger.
Hits. It wounds. That's Ren 1.
All right, on 5s. We pass it.
Ooh, nice. That one was D6.
Ooh, I'm glad I passed it.
And then we have some claws.
Oh.
Ooh, 3. -1.
All right, all 5s. Fail all of those.
Those are 2 damage each.
That will get him. That's a dead spooter.
Need 1 dude to hold the line.
Yep. So we have 4 swings on 5s.
I think we're gonna survive.
Watch. Well, it's 1 hit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Ren 2.
Fail it.
3 damage.
Okay, you got 2 guys.
Hoorah!
All right, we have to all out attack here into your
Strong boss.
Strog boss,
We'll all defend him.
and then let's go with those pig hackers. 3, Ren 1.
All right. With the moon buff and all defense, these will be on 3-up saves. We pass them all.
Okay, and then we have the kill choppas. You guys on the side.
Yep.
1, Ren 1, so 3.
Yep, 3-up save. We're good.
And then we have some trotters.
So trotters are their hooves.
Trotters are their hooves.
Interesting.
2 trotters.
No rend.
No rend.
3s. Pass them all.
And then the tusks.
Staying alive. Oh, this is the scary one.
We hit 4 tusks.
Oh no!
We hit 4 tusks.
This is where it's scary.
And we got 3 wounds. 4-up saves.
Alright. It's only 5 damage each. Oh, he
15
dies.
damage.
Immediately. It's blah. Oh, that's not good.
You wasted all the good saves on the
I know.
low ones.
That's where I needed it. Oh, that's really bad, actually.
Kruleboyz have completed a turn, and we scored 10 points.
Yeah.
We hold these 3 objectives, and we completed our battle tactic. We were gamey over there and ran away from you, so you couldn't countercharge me.
That was smart. That was very smart.
I've never done that before. I saw it like at the very last second, and I was like, "Oh, this is an interesting thing."
No, that was good because it forced. I was able to save my command points for combat here, but it ended up not mattering because I still lost both my monsters here.
Yes.
Very devastating. Most of my damage is gone right there.
So looking at the board state, I do think we're going to call it.
Yeah, unfortunately so. Like I don't have enough speed or units that can catch his shooting.
Yeah.
Or even reclaim the board to a point where I can catch up on the score because you're going to be scoring full 10 each turn after this.
Right, because what happens now is he's just for his next turn he can.
I can take the land. I can call them back, but I won't be able to get any at this point. I'm not fast enough to catch back over here, and anything I bring back with my Loon Shrine, he's just going to shoot it.
As you said, I'm literally spawn camping.
You are spawn camping me.
Yep. Any of your regeneration, I can just blast off the table.
So it's like he's in a great spot to just prevent any of my chance to catch up to him at this point.
And it won't be super engaging when the rest of this game is just me walking away from rock guns.
And then shooting me as he goes.
Right.
Yeah.
So for those reasons, we will call it here, and we're going to clean up and go to wrap up.
Absolutely.
Excellent game.
Yep.
We had some excellent back and forth.
We tried our best.
We're going to talk about it when we get into wrap up in just a little bit.
All right, let's do it.
We are here for the wrap-up. Final score is going to be, oh no, I forgot. 42 to 26.
42 to 26.
For the Kruleboyz.
Yeah. A little disappointed with how the Gitz were performing. The debuffs, the Kruleboyz just have the tools perfect for dealing with Droggz.
That was surprising.
Yeah.
We didn't think about that on like when the matchup came up. I was just like, oh, we haven't seen Kruleboyz.
It's fine.
You know, nobody thinks they're in a good place right now.
Well, you're showing our audience that it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Now, Rock Guts,
yeah, and rock guts are legitimately scary, and that's a big threat. But between being able to hand out a -1 to hit and a -1 to attack to them,
they completely neutered them.
Just completely neutered them. I didn't have damage problems getting through them.
No, not really.
I just outshot them.
The changes to the moon makes me so much more vulnerable when it comes to shooting attacks. And with the list you brought, I had no tools to really deal with that besides all defense and just praying for your dice to not roll well.
And that did happen a few times.
Not with the shooting, though.
Yeah, in melee, my pigs were having a hard time getting that damage through, but when it does hit, it claps stuff off the table.
Yes, like having my Trog boss save everything besides the tusks, and just like, oh, it's just 15 damage.
Oh, he just exploded.
Well, that was all that saves for nothing.
That regiment is really good.
Yeah, I'm happy to see it useful like that.
And it gives him, like, he doesn't have a rampage.
Oh, he doesn't have a normal?
He doesn't have a normal rampage, so he gets to use that rampage and just constantly kind of keep his momentum up.
That's really helpful, actually.
Because otherwise he gets grinded out when he gets into combat.
Plus, that's something that Kruleboyz are definitely missing is just a fast, solid hammer like that.
Yes.
So being able to add them in while still maintaining the Kruleboyz rules that's pretty nice.
It was super helpful because I think my screens showed that they were quite durable, being -1 to hit. My shooting, like, we were still very mobile.
Yes, very mobile and good range on it too. Like,
yes,
like you teleport anywhere and be a threat, and I just couldn't screen you out the shots. I couldn't redeploy. Didn't matter. You still could shoot me.
21-inch range with being able to teleport anywhere.
It's pretty hard for as Gitz. It's hard for us to be able to deal with that.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice. There were a couple things that we did discuss that were like key turning points in the game. So I think we should talk about those. And I think Scragrot kind of being out.
That was my
one.
That was my big misplay, was leaving Scragrot, not respecting your teleport, but having Scragrot so exposed. And as soon as he pointed out, I was just like,
"Oh no!
Oh God!"
Yeah.
I didn't. And I thought I had mercy, and
and then the other one is the placement of where the Loon Shrine goes.
That's
really hard to do.
It's a bad habit of mine as a Gitz player that I always try to keep it back because I'm always afraid of people being able to charge it in. And again, I'm not respecting your teleport enough by leaving it far back, which gives you plenty of space to just teleport right onto it.
Right, and
that's just a failure on my end for not respecting the matchup and not knowing enough about how to play into Kruleboyz to understand that their teleport is entirely dependent on terrain. So if you place terrain favorably for them, they're going to punish you for it.
Right,
and that's just on me.
And that being able to like sneak back and grab your home point.
Yep.
And then then I got that second squad back there as well.
Yeah,
and we just started.
And then it made my Loon Shrine completely useless because like, oh, I can bring back a thing and it's dead.
And it's dead.
Yeah, it's like, oh, great. Like my revival is now. I have no reinforcements are going to help me out.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised with the Gitmob.
There was a lot of things the things that they were doing in their role, they were doing pretty well.
Yes.
Like, Droggz is a great addition, I think, to any army. Like, the debuffs he was providing, as well as just his speed. His damage was respectable. He did a good chunk of damage to the Gorger. I like him.
I like him a lot too. I think him standing behind Rock Guts, I think, is a very viable tactic.
I think, funny enough, you don't actually want him in combat.
No.
And that's a mistake I made where I was like, I can get him in to finish off that pig. And he mostly did, but then he's tagged with the big pig.
Yeah, it's almost like you want like a block of 3x2 Rock Guts standing right in front of him right behind him.
Exactly. You want to, because of his aura being just within 6, you don't have to have any holy within, or you don't have any funkiness like that. You just have to gently tag, and then you can have that debuff go off.
So he's legitimately good.
I like the snarl packs as well.
I did too.
For 100 points, they can go through cheap screens pretty efficiently.
They did more damage to my iron or my gut rippers than your Rock Guts did.
Oh, that's not their fault. They got debuffed. They got magically affected.
But they can handle cheap screens.
Yes, and they're reliably fast. I do like them for that.
I also think they're going to be good. They're only 100 points?
Yeah, about 100 points, yeah.
So, like, I think they're going to be good for flanking units.
Yes, I agree.
Because they can tangle with most things that are going to be on the flanks.
Yeah.
Except for us. We keep putting, like, magma droths and monsters on the flanks now.
Yeah, I'm gonna laugh. That's gonna be the new meta, just monsters on the flanks. So we're just gonna make that totally useless.
It's a weird arms race that's happening on the flanks.
I know. It's funny to see. So when the next book changes with battle tactics, we're just gonna see a whole shift again and like that.
I am ready for some new battle tactics.
Yeah, like these ones are fun. These ones are good battle tactics. Don't get me wrong. I do like them.
Yes.
But we've had this for almost a year now, and
Yeah.
I'm definitely feeling a little bit of fatigue.
Yep. MVPs, LVPs. MVP for me is going to be. I'm actually going to give it to. I want to give it to Gobsprakk because he made Skragrot's head explode. But I'm going to give it to this one Gouger.
The Tusk Boss.
The Tusk Boss, because he just blasted a couple key units off the table, and when that happened, it was kind of lights out.
Yeah, I agree. He was pretty impactful for that.
And then the LVP for me is the Breaker Boss on Droggz, because he just kind of walked forward, did a bunch of damages to himself, and then died.
Yeah, half his damage was just him hitting his own head.
That is very true.
Yeah.
What about you?
I think my MVP, it's hard to say. It's either gonna be Droggz, just for the threat for that debuff made it so that your pigs were pretty inept while he was up there. The spider did surprisingly good work.
It came in and did 6 mortal wounds.
I was like,
Yeah.
I kind of want to give it to the spider just because of the threat it did provide.
Yeah.
And I will give it to the spider.
Yeah.
I like the spider.
Yeah.
If I can fit him in there, I usually like to bring a spider just because it's fun. It's a different thing. It fits the thematic of the army, even if it's not very good. My LVP, I can't just give it to Skragrotz. That's my fault. It's not Skragrot's fault that he got blown up.
Looking at you, Sean.
So I'm actually going to give it to the Sunstealer Wheelers.
Yeah, they didn't do anything.
They really didn't do anything at all, no.
No, they could have lifted right out, and the game would have played almost exactly the same.
They really weren't any impact at all, no. So I have to do the Sunstealers.
Anything that a gut ripper squad can just one shot shouldn't be.
Yeah, I think they're priced fairly. I think they need to be brought in a unit of 4.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, like a unit of 4, I think can see some use. A unit of 2 is a little too squishy for my taste.
Yeah. So I think it's possible that we're going to see some gut rippers or some Gitmob in the future. People bring in some doggos. People bring in the hero.
Oh, yeah.
I like what they do. They were surprisingly good, and I really like the models. I think they look really cool.
I mean, I could easily throw in Droggz and two snarl packs, 400 points. That can just fit. Can fit in any list.
Any list.
Yeah. And that's easily that's your tactics. That's a nice support piece for your heavy hitters.
Yep.
Easy fix.
And then you take out your spider and your chariots, and you put in a catapult.
Oh, can't wait to get some new divers.
Yep.
All right.
Well,
that's
what
it.
a fun game today.
This was a good one.
Yeah, we went. It was good back and forth, and then everything died.
That's destruction.
But like I had no idea which way this game was going to go, and then everything was dead all of a sudden.
I'm happy to see Kruleboyz did well, because this is an army that you don't normally see do well.
And they do get a lot of hate right now.
Yeah, the book is not doing them any favors.
No.
So it's nice to see a good performance from them into an army that historically has done pretty well.
Yeah, and I think there are some people who are going to be a little disappointed to be like, yeah, but you had to take a Regiment of Renown to make them work.
Yeah, but I'm running Rock Guts, so it's like...
Which is true, but that Regiment of Renown does something pretty specific that Kruleboyz are missing.
Also, it's like, there's no shame in taking a regiment. I mean, almost every Sons of Behemoth list I take has a regiment in it.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's just that there are tools we're allowed to use. Just because the army doesn't work wholly by itself does not mean that there's shame in taking extra tools that you're allowed to take. It's like, that's just, we're playing competitive here.
Yeah.
We're like, the tools you have access to. There's no shame in using them.
Yep. I think that's it for us, guys. So we're going to snap up, clean up, and I think we have Lumineth versus Tzeentch.
We got a magical duel next.
Nice.
I have my own shooting to shoot back now.
It's going to be a lot of Morbid on the table.
Oh, gosh.
We will see you next week for another battle report.
Take care, guys.